I'm going to discuss today. The first thing, I will continue with quantitative data analysis, because what we have been discussing for the past two meetings was mainly focusing on inferential data analysis. Remember, I told you that in statistics, we have got two different types of statistics. The first one is descriptive statistic, whereas the other one is inferential statistics. And the software that we use in our last two meetings was Smart PLS. So that Smart PLS was actually meant for doing inferential analysis, and it's actually looking into the relationship between variables. Now, when you develop your theoretical framework of your study, you will notice that you have variables in your framework, and the inferential part is actually assessing the arrows connecting between the variables. Okay, arrows between IV and DV. Okay, that part will be analyzed inferentially using statistics. But when you want to analyze the variable itself, okay, the IV itself, the DV itself, without looking at the arrow, that means the variable by itself, okay, so you will analyze descriptively. Okay, now in your chapter 1, when you write your introduction chapter, there is a heading for research questions and also research objective. So when you compose or you write your research objective, it is possible to write research objective that will focus on variables of the framework only, besides looking at the relationship. Okay, the relationship, of course, it has to be part of your research objective. That's why you will have research objective like to examine the relationship, or to examine the effect of IV on DV. All right, so the relationship part of the theoretical framework will be presented by the research questions or research objective that are written in the form of looking at relationship. So if you write your research questions, you will write does what will have relationship with what. Okay, now I think I will show you in a frame, in a slide, so that you can have a clearer picture. Okay, let's look at this slide where you are so familiar with, because I've been using this sample of framework for ages, for years. Okay, I have not updated my slide for quite a long time, but I think it's still relevant. Okay, can you all see my slide, all of you? Can you all see my slide?
Yes, can, Doctor.
All right, good. Okay, now you can see that, again, I will repeat, perceived service quality is the concept. Okay, tangible, reliability, responsiveness, assurance, empathy, all these I dimension. But all these actually these are all the IV, independent variable. And then this one is the DV. So this is an atomic variable. It doesn't have any dimension. So last week I already explained to you that it is possible to analyze the framework that you have developed for your study, to analyze whether to look into concept only, we call it second order, or you want to look at the dimension, which is called single order. Okay, now, how do you write research questions or research objective if you have a framework like this? Okay, how do you write your research questions or your research objective when you have a framework like this? Okay, I'm going to write now here so that you can see. Okay, now insert, okay, text. Okay, I'm going to write here. Okay, now you can, okay, research questions. Okay, research questions. Again, please do not confuse with research questionnaire. Research questionnaire is a tool for data collection. Research questions is almost similar to research objectives. It's just that research questions, you have a question mark at the end of the sentence. Okay, how do you write research question for a framework like this? Now, I mentioned just now that we can write research questions as well as research objective that will focus on the variable as well as on the arrow. Arrow means the relationship. Okay, now the first one, we want to focus on the variable by itself. So you can write the research questions. Normally we will focus on the DV. The DV will be given priority. Okay, so you can write here the research questions. Okay, okay, how do customer, okay, how do customer, okay, what is the rating given by customer in of the services? Okay, what is the rating given by the customer of their what is the rating of, what is this, what is the satisfaction rating, what is the rating given by the customer for the wait, I'm stuck here. What is the rating given by the customer of the services provided? What is the satisfaction rating? What is the satisfaction rating given by customer of the services of the library services? What is the satisfaction rating given by customer of the library services? So these research questions, okay, can you all see, everyone? Is it clear on my slide? Can I get some response? Can you see that? All right.
Yes.
So this research question is referring to this variable only. What is the satisfaction rating given by customer of the library services? So this is focusing on the DV. So this is called descriptive research questions. Okay, descriptive research question. Descriptive research questions, focusing on this one. Okay. Adi, you go down. Don't disturb Adi. Okay, hang on. I just want to fill up. Okay. This one. So what is the satisfaction rating given by customer of the library services? So focusing on the DV. So what about the IV? How are you going to write the research questions for the IV? Okay, for the IV. So that would be, this is RQ1. Now it's going to be RQ2. Research questions number 2, focusing on the DV, which is perceived service quality. Perceived service quality. Okay. So you can write here, what is the service quality rating? What is the service quality rating? What is the service quality rating given by customer of the library services? So this will be focusing on this one. Now you don't have to write each and every, you don't have to write on each and every dimension. It is sufficient to just focusing on the concept or the second order. Okay, so this is focusing on this variable only. That is research question number 2. Okay, now how do we write the research question number 3? So research question number 3 will look into the arrow, which is actually on the inferential statistics. Now this one, okay, I put in red. Okay, this one, descriptive statistics. Okay, descriptive statistics. Okay, this one also descriptive statistics, whereas the arrow is inferential statistics. So how do we write the research questions for the arrow? Okay, so you can write, I'm going to put here research question number 3. Research question number 3. You can, the simplest way we can write, okay, is using the word relationship. Okay, we can put there the do perceive service quality as positive and significant. I think this one is, we have to treat it as singular. Does perceived service quality has a positive and significant relationship. Sorry, my son is disturbing. Has a positive and significant relationship with customer satisfaction. Okay, question mark. Okay, so now we have got 3 research questions. Okay, 3 research questions. So this is slide I'm going to put here. This is the first research questions. Okay, and then the second research questions. And the third one is this one. Okay. So what is the satisfaction rating given by customer of the library services, which focusing on the DV itself? Research question number 2, what is the service quality rating given by customer of the library services? Okay, that is focusing on the IV. Does perceived service quality has a positive and significant relationship with customer satisfaction? Okay, so that will be the arrow that the research questions will be focusing. So once we have developed the research questions, what you need to do is that you have to just reword. You just have to reword the research questions to become research objective. So now I'm going to take the whole research questions and I'm going to change it to research objective. You just have to paraphrase. So when you write research objective, it has to start with the word to. Okay, so number 1, this one is going to be RO1, research objective 1. What is the satisfaction rating given by customer of the library services? Okay, so this one, you can use the word to describe statistically. Okay, to describe, because I said, remember, this is descriptive statistics. So to describe statistically, okay, the satisfaction rating given by customer of the library services. So this is descriptive research objective. And then number 2, to describe statistically, the service quality rating given by customer of the library services. Okay, number 3, does perceive, this one, descriptive research objective, and then does perceive service quality has a positive and significant relationship with customer satisfaction? So you change to examine whether perceived service quality has a positive and significant relationship with customer satisfaction. So this is inferential research objective. Okay, this one we have already analyzed last 2 weeks using smart PLS. These two I have not taught you how to analyze. I have not taught you on how to analyze. Okay, so normally for descriptive statistics, okay, for descriptive statistics, you can use smart PLS, or you can also use SPSS. Okay, either way, it doesn't matter. Okay, now since if you have used smart PLS, you can continue using smart PLS to analyze. Okay, how are we going to do that? Okay, so far, is that clear for everyone on how to write or compose your research objective, research questions based on the framework?
Yes, Prof.
Okay. Anyone has any question? Okay, now the arrangements must be correct. Okay, the arrangement must be correct. The arrangement, you cannot write the inferential statistic first. You have to write the descriptive research questions and research objective first. Okay, please remember, you have to write the descriptive research questions, research objective first. Okay, now let's take another example. I hope you can understand. Okay, let's stop. Wait, Hey, both of you, please go down. Both of you, please go down. Don't play here. Please go down, both of you. I said go down. Okay, everyone, can you all see my slide now? This is the slide that we used for the Smart PLS last 2 weeks, customer trust and satisfaction. Can you all see the slide? Everyone, can you all see the slide?
Yeah, yes, kind of.
All right, now if you look at this framework, the rightmost is trust, ease of use, customer satisfaction in between, and then information quality, system quality, security, privacy is on the leftmost. So basically these four, information quality, system quality, security, privacy, are all independent variable. These two are mediating variable. Okay, and this one is the dependent variable. Okay, now how are we going to develop research questions and research objective if we have a framework like this? Okay, so remember, the first that we have to focus is on the DV, the main DV. Okay, here the DV are actually trust, and ease of use and customer satisfaction are also trust, are also DV, but these DV are for this IV, whereas trust is a DV for these two IV. Okay, so how are we going to write research questions and research objectives for such framework? Okay, so let's focus on the DV. Trust ease of use, and customer satisfaction. So the research questions that we can write is, okay, what is the rating of user? What is the rating of user in terms of trust, ease of use, and customer satisfaction with the mobile banking services? Okay, this framework is for mobile banking. Okay, what is the rating? What is the rating given by the user in terms of trust, ease of use, and customer satisfaction of the mobile banking services? Can you all get that? Okay or not, everyone? Can you all understand? No response? Can you all understand? Hello?
Okay, doctor.
I cannot hear any response. Can you all understand my question? Are you all hearing my voice? Is there any problem?
Yes, Doc.
Okay, all right. So that's the first research questions that you should be writing. Okay, maybe I can write here on the okay, when I want to write, okay, so you write the first research questions are Q1. Okay, you can write that. Okay, what is the rating given by user in terms of trust, and then ease of use and satisfaction of the mobile banking services. That is the research questions for descriptive research questions. Okay. Now the second research questions, okay, RQ2. Okay. RQ2 will focus on the remaining variable. Okay, remaining variable. Because in this variable, you don't see any concept. All are in the form of atomic variables. So that's why we have to include all the variables. If it is in the concept, then you can just write the concept. Okay, the second order. All are atomic. You don't see any concept here. So you have to write down all the variables. Okay, research question number 2, descriptively, will look into information quality, system quality, security, privacy. Okay, then you can write also, okay, for the research question, okay, what is the rating given by user in terms of information quality, systems quality, trust, and security, security and security and privacy of the mobile banking services. So that will be your research questions number 2. Okay. So research question number 3 will look at the interrelationship. We'll look at the relationship. Now, if you look at this diagram, okay, there are so many arrows. So we cannot write each and every one. If we were to write, you can see there are 10 arrows. So you have to write 10 arrows. So we are not going to write each and every one. Okay, we can just write like this. Okay, what is, okay, we just put there, how is the interrelationship between, okay, information quality, system quality, okay, security, privacy, ease of use, and then satisfaction and trust. How is the relationship? How is the interrelationship between information quality, system quality, security, privacy, ease of use, satisfaction, and trust in a mobile banking context? So that will be your research question number 3. So how do you convert and transform the research questions to become the research objective? Now, some supervisor, they are very concerned, like 3 research questions, research objective for master's project is too big. So if that is the case, you can just combine R1, RQ1, and RQ2. You can combine into one sentence. That can be done. Okay, no issue. But I prefer to have it separately. Okay, now to write the research objective, you just have to paraphrase the research questions. Like for RQ1, okay, you just have to paraphrase this. Okay, so it's going to be like, what is the rating given? So you put to describe descriptively, okay, to describe descriptively the rating given. Okay, to describe, okay, to describe descriptively the rating given by user in terms of trust, ease of use, and satisfaction of the mobile banking services. Remember, no full stop. Sorry, no question mark, just full stop. Okay, and then research question number 2. Okay, you can write there. Okay, what is the rating given to describe descriptively to describe descriptively? Okay, the rating given by user in terms of information quality, system quality, security of the mobile banking services. How do you write the research objective number 3? Okay, I think I should ask question here just to check your understanding. Okay, can we have Muhammad Izwan Ishak? Izwan Ishak ke Izwan Pilus, this one?
Yes.
Okay, tell me what is the research objective number 3 for that particular framework? How do you write it?
Number 3.
Yeah, research objective number 3. How do you write?
It is to identify apa ni?
To what?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Of course, I can hear you. I'm asking a question now. How do you write the research objective for number 3?
Apa the identify the usefulness.
You
Is that
are
right?
wrong. Oh my God. I've already told you, you just have to paraphrase the research. I've given in the, can you see what I've written on the chat box, every one of you?
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Can you all see what I've written on the
Yes,
chat
yes,
box?
doctor.
Okay. No response. That's why I'm confused whether you understood or not. Okay, Naim, please respond to me.
Yes, doctor.
Okay, how do you write the research objective for research objective number 3? Please write. Tell me. Can you see my slide on the screen?
Yes, doctor. Yes.
Okay, please write the research. Please tell me. You don't have to write. Just tell me. How do you write the research objective number 3?
Number 3 is on IP. Uh,
Oh my God. Both of you still do not understand, huh? Wilmina, you are from FLP, right? Wilmina, can you hear my voice? Wilmina Lee, can you please respond? What happened to you? Okay, never mind. Razman, can you hear my voice? Razman? Why is it that everybody is not responding?
Prof, I don't see your rating on my screen. It's freezing.
On the chat box,
Oh, chat box. Okay.
I've written on the chat box. What happened to all of you? Not many people are responding to my questions. Okay. So Nur Azian, you have written to determine the interrelationship. Yeah, very good. Yes, that's correct, Nur Azian. Thank you for writing the correct answer. So that is very easy. Okay. I hope you all can understand. Okay. I've given two examples. I think it's very clear. But unfortunately, some of you just do not want to respond to my question when I ask whether you can understand or not. Okay, Dayang, can you understand? Dayang,
Yes, Doc.
can you understand?
Yes.
Good. Nining, can you hear my voice, Nining? Nining, are you around? Nining, where is Nining? Nining Sudiar, can you hear my voice? Yeah, what have you written, Nining? Okay, so can you understand how to write research questions, research objectives?
Yes.
Okay. Izwan, you say yes, but you have given me the wrong answer. Same goes to Naim. Naim, I'm really worried about you because every time you are left behind. Every time. I just don't know what happened to you. You have to really work hard, Naim, because you are, sorry to say, that you are a bit slow relative to the rest. I know my comment doesn't sound very nice to hear, but at times we need to give sincere comment so that that can inspire us to work harder. Negative comment, of course, is not always very good, but sometimes it is also working. I remember got scolding from my teacher. You are so weak. You are so stupid. My lecturer, my teacher in the school said like that. When I did my math, he said, "You are so weak." So, and then it makes me, it inspire me to work harder. Okay, and then when I joined UITM, I took math subjects. Alhamdulillah, most of the time, in fact, every time I got A for my classes, because I did computer science, from diploma, degree, all the math subjects, statistics subjects, I scored A. I got Even the test, I got 100 sometimes, and 96, 98, because of the scolding of my teacher in the school, who said that you are so weak, you're so stupid, you know. So that inspired me to work harder, to prove that he or she was wrong. Uh, all right. So why do I want to highlight this? Because you have to know that research questions, research objective are the fundamental thing that any examiner, including me as a lecturer who will be evaluating your research proposal, that will be the very first thing that the examiner, the assessor will look into. Whether your research questions align with your research framework, your theoretical framework. So I've already explained to you that when you write your research questions, okay, when you write your research objective, you have to address both descriptive statistics and also inferential statistics. So descriptive statistics must be written first, followed by the inferential statistics. Now, inferential statistics, you will analyze using SMART PLS that I had taught you last two classes. For descriptive statistics, now you have two options. Either you use SPSS, but you can also use the Smart PLS to analyze your uh, descriptive statistics. Okay. Any other questions so far? Can you all understand?
Yes, Prof.
Any question?
The choice of word,
Yeah.
Prof. The
The
choice of
choice
word
of words.
on research objective. The choice of words.
Yeah, the choice of words.
Said to determine. Okay, besides using the determine, can we say to examine?
Can. So when you write research objectives, you have to start with the word to. It can be like to examine, to identify, to determine. Okay. That one you can use. These words are very common: to identify, to examine, to determine. Some even had used the word to investigate, though some researcher did not really agree to use the word investigate. But I've seen researcher use the word investigate. But try to avoid using the word to explore, because to explore is normally suitable for qualitative research. If you're using quantitative research, avoid using the word to explore. So the better word is to determine, to measure, to identify, to identify, to examine, to determine. Okay. So these are the words that you should be using.
Okay, noted, Prof.
All right. Is there any other questions?
Prof, can you hear me?
Yeah. Who is that?
It's Nadila.
All right.
Prof, can I use repetitive words for my research objective? For example, I have three objectives.
Yeah.
For the three objective, I use to determine in all the objectives. Can I do that, or I need to change?
Well, normally you don't use the same words for different statistics that you will be using. For example, in my example just now, uh, I don't use the word to determine when it comes to descriptive statistics. For descriptive statistic, the common word that you will be using will be to describe descriptively. That is what I can say, a compulsory word for every one of you to use. That one you cannot run away. If you want to focus on individual variable, you have to use the word to describe statistically. But when it comes to relationship, you can use the word identify, determine, investigate. So Nadila, just now your question, you said you have got three research questions. So my question here, are all the three research questions focusing on relationship only, and you did not include variables? Is it so?
Uh, can I make set? For example, one objective is based on relationship, and the other two is based on variable.
Okay, so the variable should be mentioned as the first and second research objective. The relationship inferential should appear later. So you don't use the same words for inferential and descriptive. For descriptive, normally you will use to describe statistically, because normally we will be using mean, standard deviation for reporting the findings. Okay or not?
Okay, doctor.
All right.
Thank you, doctor.
All right. Okay, now you can check again on the check box on how I have written the research questions, research objective. For research objective number 3, I think our colleague here, Nur Azian, has given a correct answer. Actually, it is very easy. You just have to paraphrase. Okay, now how are we going to analyze the descriptive statistics? I'm not going to focus on the inferential. Inferential we have covered in my last two lecture. Okay, sorry, I have not uploaded the YouTube video. Sorry, the last lecture on the YouTube. I'll do that later. So I'm going to show you on how to analyze descriptive statistics today. Okay, so we are going to use SPSS. Okay, SPSS. All right, I'm going to open SPSS. It will take some time. If I am not mistaken, in the island, I have uploaded the lecture note for SPSS. Okay, can you all please check on that, whether it is available or not? If not, I will upload later. Okay, I have got a very complete set of notes, and it is very user-friendly because I have created a lot of what you call explanation in the notes using add-on text. Okay, so please explore yourself. We do not have time to go through each and every statistical test, but I am perfectly confident if you read my notes and you follow and do it yourself, you can really understand. Okay. Okay, I'm going to show you my slide now. Okay, can you see my slide on, sorry, my SPSS screen? Can you all see?
Yes, Prof.
Hello, everyone? Good.
Yes, doctor.
Okay, you can
Yes,
see.
can bro.
Okay, remember just now our research questions, the first research questions that I have written. Somebody is asking a question. I cannot get what, who's asking a question? Okay. All right. Now, can you all see my screen, SPSS screen? Can you all see?
Yes, Prof.
All right. So remember the first research question. Okay, the first research question, what is the rating? What is the rating given by user for trust? Okay, for trust. Sorry, my son is disturbing me, so I have to give him my handphone for him to play a game. So otherwise, he will continue disturbing me. Okay, now this is Bobo. Why you going to play? Sit there, don't disturb me. All right, are you all still around?
Yes, Prof.
Okay. All right. So remember the first research question I said, what is the rating given by user? What is the rating given by user in terms of trust, satisfaction, ease of use, of the mobile banking services. That is the research questions. The research objective, to describe descriptively, the rating of user in terms of trust, ease of use, satisfaction of the mobile banking services. Okay, now I'm going to show you how are we going to analyze. Okay, how to input the data on the SPSS. We don't have the time, I'm so sorry. Actually, to have a complete workshop on SPSS, it will take 3 full working days. So it's like 6 hours for 3 consecutive days. So it's like 18 hours of lecture continuously. So I don't have the time. Please explore yourself. There are so many videos on the YouTube. You can just check on how to create and how to prepare, okay, the data file. But I'm going to show you how to analyze, okay? So you can see on my screen here, okay? So the trust is TST1, TST2, TST3, TST4. So this is the variable view. The data view is here, okay? So this is the trust, TST1, TST2, TST3, TST4. So I'm going to respond to my first research questions and my first research objective, that is to analyze descriptively. Okay, so I'm going to click on analyze, descriptive statistics, and then I'm going to click on descriptives. Okay, I'm going to scroll downward. I'm going to take TST1, TST2, TST4. Okay, move to the right, click option. Okay, I'm going to take the standard deviation variance. Okay, but what is important is the mean standard deviation variation. Okay, these 3 enough. Continue and then click OK. All right, so you can see the output here. Okay, the output here. Now, TST1 3.85, TST2 3.82, TST3 3.88, TST4 3.81. So I'm going to copy this one, copy. All right, and then I'm going to paste onto Word file. I'm going to paste onto Word file. Control V. So I have this output. I'm going to show you now. Sorry, is another window. Can you see my Microsoft Word now? Can you see my Microsoft Word?
Yes, Doc.
Okay. Everyone can see?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So now what I need to analyze is the mean only. Okay. Now the mean. Now remember the Likert scale here. Use is 1 for strongly disagree, 2 disagree, 3 neutral, 4 agree, 5 strongly agree. So basically the value is between 1 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are the values. But here the mean for TST1 item number 1, this is 4 questions. For measuring trust, there are 4 questions. TST1, TST2, TST3, TST4. These are only the name, not the actual wording in the questionnaire. So the value is 3.85, 82, 88, 81. So I'm going to take the mean. Now you can calculate this using your calculator, or you can also use the Microsoft Word, but I think it's best that you use your calculator. Okay. So the mean is 3.84. So you have to interpret this, what we call overall mean. Overall mean. So this value has to be interpreted. Okay, let me remind again. Now, the value is based on the Likert scale of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1 for strongly disagree, 2 disagree, 3 neutral or undecided, 4 agree, and 5 strongly agree. Okay, so here the mean, overall mean is 3.84. 3.84. So now if you look again, I'm going to write this value 1, 2, sorry. Now it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the Likert scale, right? Can you see? 1 is strongly disagree, 2 disagree, 3 undecided, 4 is what? Agree, 5 strongly agree. Now 3.84 is somewhere here, right? Okay, can you all see or not? Should I enlarge the value? Very big now. I'm going to enlarge. Can you see now better?
Yes, Prof.
Okay, now here 3.84. So 3.84 is actually here. Now 3 is what? 3 is undecided. So anything above 3, that means the respondent is actually telling that they agree. Anything less than 3, anything less than agree, respondent, the user or customer are telling that they disagree. So this is about what? Trust. This is about trust. So here the value is 3.84. So how do you interpret this? So you interpret descriptively, say generally, you can interpret as generally, okay, the respondents of the study, okay, agree with the statements or item measuring trust of the mobile banking. Okay, in other words, the respondents are, okay, the respondents do have trust with the mobile banking. Okay, that's how you interpret. So this interpretation will help to answer your first research objective, that is to, just now what? The research objective, that is to, okay, what is the rating given by user in terms of trust? So what is the rating? 3.84. Just now that we have measured, what is the rating? 3.84. Okay, and then how do you interpret that value? Okay, what is the rating given by user in terms of trust? Okay, the rating given by user in terms of trust is 3.84, which means that the user have trust on the mobile banking services. Okay, what about ease of use? The same process. It's the same process. So I'm going to analyze here. Descriptive stat. Let me show you. Okay, what about ease of use? Same process. Analyze descriptive statistics. Okay, descriptive. So you take now ease of use. Ease of use is PEU 1 until 5. Put here and then click OK. So then you can see all are 4, 4, 4, 4, except the last one 5. Except the last one is 3.99. Okay, and then you can take the overall mean. You copy and then you paste onto your Microsoft Word. Control V. Let me switch to Microsoft Word. Can you see Microsoft Word? I'm going to take this. Can you see?
Yes, Prof.
Okay. So, sorry, this is the overall. Four point oh six. Okay. All right. So 4.06 basically above 3, because 3 is middle value. So basically you can say Remember, the research question is what is the rating given by user in terms of trust, perceived ease of use. So the rating given by user is 4.06, whereby it can be interpreted that the user perceive that the mobile banking services is easy to use. Okay, is easy to use. All right, so we are done on quantitative data analysis. Now, other than that, for the demographic, so this one is descriptive statistics. For demographic, you also analyze, okay, demographic, you use frequency table, okay? So you can check on the notes on how to do it, okay? So is there any questions about quantitative data analysis so far? Can you all understand?
Very hard also, Doctor.
Very hard? That is very easy. What's the difficult part? What's the difficult thing?
I think I will. I need to try on my own after this.
Of course, everybody has to try, not only you. You have to do it yourself. Okay? There's a dictum, okay, that says that if you listen, you're aware. If you look, you know. If you do, you understand. Huh?
Correct.
So you have to do it. Now you have heard what I'm telling. You have also watched and observe through this video, but you have not done it yourself. Until and unless you do it yourself, then only you can fully understand. Correct or not?
Yes, I agree.